Hello and welcome to the Astrology and Spirituality show for Christmas Day, the 25th of December. Elisa, happy Christmas!
Happy Christmas! Yay!
Now
Happy
you've got a
Christmas.
Christmas jumper on. Do you
Yes.
need to stand up a bit?
Yes,
to show it?
so they're Christmas llamas.
Okay,
you
and
can-
I've got like a reindeer. There we go.
I love
So
it.
just
And when we first met, Patrick was very much like, you will never get me wearing a Christmas jumper. Today you put it on with glee. I think.
Yes, this is true. So today we have the moon in the earthy sign of Taurus. It's, obviously close to Uranus, so we could feel a bit of sort of restlessness, but it is in a quincunx of 150 degrees with Venus, which kind of like sums up what this Christmas may be for a lot of people, that we're not quite getting the company, the free association, the joyful mingling and mixing, perhaps under the mistletoe, that we might normally aspire to. So there could be a bit of distance, but as Elisa alluded to yesterday, for many people this is just the same as it always is. But it's just that the consciousness for that, for people who are usually in groups, it's hard to kind of get into the mindset of what it is for people who are living on the street, who are homeless, living in a hostel, getting the food for this Christmas through a food bank, or are just always on their own, because isolation, in my humble opinion, is the biggest killer of our times and much more powerful than COVID is, in a way, because it affects so many people. And then COVID, obviously, because of the lockdown, makes even more people isolated. So it's an awful thing. And part of the downside of Saturn being in Aquarius is a more kind of detached approach to life, like everyone's got to work from home, and that may well work for a lot of people. It's worked for me for years, but for a lot of people it won't, because they need that association. So it could be a bit challenging on that front. So for all of us, if we know anybody who's on their own, we need to pick up that phone and ring them, even if they wouldn't necessarily be someone we would contact at Christmas time, because I thought their sense of isolation could be so much greater this year. Elisa, what cards have you chosen?
Well, today we're using the Angel Healing Oracle cards because obviously the angels have a very close association with Christmas time in the Christian faith. And so let's see what trumpet sounds they make today.
We'll have to do a special on Jesus' birth, because that's actually on the 7th of May, according to a learned astrological friend of mine, the Reverend Pam Crane, who's done a tremendous amount of research on this, and I will share that in a special video soon. So this is very much a pagan festival, really, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. That's how it started out, and obviously it merged so that the religions
Saturnia it was called, wasn't
Yes, so this was really a day of feasting in the Roman times. It's also a celebration of Mithra, who was a Roman god that was sent to be born from a rock, or by a rock from a virgin mother, which is interesting. So there are a lot of stories.
Was she between a rock and a hard place?
Perhaps.
So just wondering.
The word on this card is study. Now this might sound
I
like...
obviously need to study myth.
This might sound like a strange card to come up for Christmas Day, but I think today we might feel a little bit introspective. We might want to just learn about maybe different cultures, different practices.
Well, Uranus is still in a trine with Mercury, so it's a great day to be very open-minded about knowledge. And
it could just flow in like a sponge with us today. And I love that, because some days
Uranus, electric.
It's so hard to study, it's so hard to get things into our minds. Sometimes we're distracted. And then other days it can feel like we're soaking up all this information, and it's like, wow, I really excelled myself today. So I think today is going to be one of those days. And if you are with loved ones and you are doing a family quiz of sorts tonight, that could pay off as well.
Don't you mean pagan off?
Pagan off.
Sorry. Can you imagine in the olden days, if they wanted to pay from something, it would be pagan pal.
Pagan pal.
Sorry.
I love that.
I'll give you 2 groats or 2 rocks.
That
for
was
your
so
ox,
much nicer.
for your ox, sire.
Just leave it. Leave
Just
it.
just
Oh,
just
that was
leave
so
it. Oh,
rubbish.
that was brilliant. I love that actually. Well, happy Christmas, the best you can make it. You will be in our sincere thoughts and sending you all our genuine love. And stay safe.
Yeah, and thank you for spending Christmas with us.
Exactly.
Today.
Even if you're watching it the day before.
Yeah.
Or the day after.
Yeah. Or the day after that.
Or the day after that. But for now, all the best from us both.
And it's Merry Christmas from me.
And it's Merry Christmas from her and me. Goodbye.
Goodbye. I was brought for Christmas. I was parted for my family. They put on decorations and called me their family tree. You can't have a Christmas. You can't have a Christmas without a tree. But I am here now. So a big hello from you to me. You can't have a Christmas. You can't have a Christmas without a tree, but I am here now. So a big hello from you to me.